Hello, Strong Mom Society from very sunny New York City. We're gonna do a 30-minute total body workout. We're gonna start in that comfortable seated position, either up on your knees or cross-legged in a chair, whatever feels good for you. Take your hands and find those knuckles and those bottom two ribs. So this is where we're starting to breathe using that diaphragmatic breath. So you're envisioning or visualizing that diaphragm right here at the bottom of your rib cage. Reminding yourself that it's the most important muscle in your core. And we're trying to get ourselves out of that upper chest breath. So if you are breathing in and out and you're feeling that rise and fall on your shoulders, I want you to drop it a lot lower. Take some nice deep breaths here. Bring those hands around the bottom of the ribs. Take an inhale. Feel that 360 expansion. And then as you exhale, I want you to stop the flow of urine at the front and stop yourself from passing gas at the back. So you breathe out, you feel those 2 points draw together. So close and lift. Inhale, place that pelvic floor down, lengthen, stretch, let go. Take it again. Exhale, close and lift. Inhale, release. Now as you're doing these Kegels, try not to clench your butt or tuck your pelvis. We're just trying to use that hammock of muscles in the bowl of the pelvis. Bring your hands to your lower abdominals. As you exhale and lift your pelvic floor, can you start to feel a wrapping sensation from hip bone to hip bone at the front of your body? Inhale, feel those muscles release and let go. Exhale, lifting the pelvic floor and drawing hip bone to hip bone, trying to find the lowest part of the abdominal wall or your transverse abdominis. This is your core breathing belly pump. And I'm gonna cue it a lot throughout our workout. So we're gonna come out of this kneeling position or wherever you are and onto all fours. And from this quadruped position, set yourself up so your shoulders are over your wrists, hips are over your knees, and you're just gonna take a few push-ups through your shoulder blades only. So shoulder blades together, shoulder blades apart. That's just to find that alignment. And then find that spot in the middle where your shoulders are away from your ears and you have a nice line of energy from the top of your head, out your spine, out your tailbone. From here, take that same breath that we just practiced. Inhale, ribs and belly fill. Exhale, stopping the flow of urine, stopping yourself from passing gas, and wrapping hip bone to hip bone into your body. Inhale, feel that expansion. Exhale, lifting the pelvic floor, hugging the abdominal wall close to you. Now I want you to take a few little paper slides here. I call these paper slides because I want you to imagine that you're sliding a piece of paper under your one palm and opposite knee. And as you take these shifts, you're coordinating it with your breath. You're trying to find that fire between your shoulder blades. And you're trying to take the shift without, displacing that quadruped alignment. So your core is turning on so strongly that if you didn't know that I was doing this, you wouldn't be able to see any movement in my spine. Go ahead and stretch those arms out. Sit back in child's pose. Take a nice big release. Relaxing your pelvic floor here. We're gonna come back out into that kneeling position. And I want you to bring your hands to your shoulders, drop those shoulders down your back. We're gonna exhale, lift the pelvic floor, wrap the core, and just take a little flexion here, side to side. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We're gonna take this into rotation. So what we're doing is learning how to turn on this core canister as we safely bend and rotate. So that rotation or that flexion is your exhale. Hugging the core in, inhale, releasing, exhale, lift and hug, and back down. I'm gonna bring myself into a down dog position here. Just pedal to the feet, work out the backs of the legs a little bit here. I'm gonna take it for 8 more counts. Nice deep diaphragmatic breaths. And then I'm gonna walk myself halfway up my mat. Bend the knees, drop the tailbone, roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. And then give me those shoulder rolls, take them back. 4 more. And forward for 4. We're gonna scoop those hands up over and down. Nice big reach. You're filling your body with air on that inhale. And then give me a reach and pull. This is our warm up. We warmed up the core. Now we want to get into the arms, the legs, the torso, the rest of the body here. Give me 4 more. Into a squat. I want you to hinge. So find that placement of the hips going behind you. Chest is forward. If you need to slow these down to find that alignment, I want you to take these at your own pace. So you're looking to feel the muscles in your lower body. If this feels like all quads, I want you to also tune in to see if you can feel your glutes as well. 2 more. Last one. And back to those reaches, right to left. You're reaching that arm across your body. You're remembering that activation that we did with that rotation when we were down in that kneeling position, where you're hugging the core muscles in as you head into that rotation. Last one. Good. Grab yourself a sip of water if you need it. I know I do on this very sunny day. And then what we're gonna do is pick up some light weights. I've got some 2-pounders. I wouldn't go any heavier than a 5 here. And you're also welcome to use no weights at all. Find that nice solid standing position underneath you. Neutral pelvis, that means no tuck, no big tilt. You're gonna drop that tailbone straight down. Open up the chest and shoulders, take those arms out, and we're just gonna circle here. So what I'm gonna do for the very first thing is tune into that diaphragmatic breath and reverse those arms for 8. Nice big breath, relaxing the pelvic floor. And then I'm gonna take these arms across, pull, cross, pull. Try not to let your shoulders get up into your ears. Find that engagement between the shoulder blades. A little bit of awareness of your back body. 4, 3, 2, both arms together. We're gonna pull back, push forward, pull, and push. Diaphragmatic breath. Paying attention to what those core muscles are doing. I don't expect you to do a belly pump, nor should you, on every single movement. The important thing is that you're aware of your breath pattern. You're aware of your core. 3, 2, we're gonna flip those palms up, tiny little lifts here. Now I'm thinking about pulling my shoulder blades together behind me so I'm not rounding forward. Open up the chest and shoulders. Whew, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're gonna bring those up in a parallel position at 90 degrees. And we're gonna add a little extra challenge. If you'd like, you're welcome to stay on 2 feet or take this into a one-legged balance. Make sure that hip isn't hiked up. You're gonna pay a little bit more attention to that breath pattern, that core activation here. Switching legs, breathing in, finding that awareness in the pelvic floor, lower abdominals. Open this up, I'm feeling the burn on those arms. Woo. Breathe through it. Again, find that little bit of fire between your shoulder blades. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna come into a nice parallel position underneath me. Find that hip hinge. Drop those arms down, straight line of energy from your head to your tailbone. Here, we're just gonna row those arms in, place them down. Now, again, feeling for your lower body to do this work, not your back. When this feels good, you feel fully supported through the core, you can start to pick that pace up a little bit. Give me 3 more. 2, hold those elbows in tight, kick them behind you. Check in with your breath. Check in with your alignment. Make sure you're aligned from head through the spine, out the tailbone. A little bit of awareness from hip bone to hip bone up the front of the body. Hold these here in that extended position. Little press up. Shoulder blades are coming together, and maybe those arms are trying to squeeze towards one another as well. Give me a few more counts here. Whew. Dance it out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Again, grab a sip of water if you need it. We're gonna head into some lower body work with some squats. Okay, wide-ish stance underneath you. The important thing about your squats is that you're using your lower body, not your back. You also don't want this to be too quad heavy, so make sure that you can feel your butt at some point in the squat. Find that hinge point, pubic bone to hip bone. Find that spot right in the center. That's where your hips hinge back. We're gonna take a bicep curl as we head down. I'm thinking about where my breath pattern is. Where's my inhale, where's my exhale? I don't care where you put it, at the top, at the bottom. The most important part is that you're breathing. We've got 8 more. 7, driving in and out of those feet with equal weight on both legs. 2 more. Good. I want you to come into a position underneath you. We're gonna take a step out, lateral lunge. I'm gonna bring those arms up to my shoulders. Draw my shoulders down my back. Stepping out, hinging, and then bringing it back in. So we're gonna go in and out of each leg 8 to 10 times, depending on how good my internal counts are today. You're gonna take these at your own speed. Can you feel your butt? Can you feel your lower body, not your back? If you want a little extra challenge, I'm gonna take that cross diagonal reach, 1 at the bottom, 1 at the top. I'm gonna take 1 more on this side and switch over to the other leg. Find that nice aligned position underneath you. Step it out. Look for that positioning. Find that fire between your shoulder blades. Can you feel your butt? A little bit of quad work here too. If you want the extra challenge, low diagonal, high diagonal. Being careful not to round through the shoulders. Keep the chest open. I'm gonna take 2 more here. Last one. Good. I'm gonna throw these down and grab another sip of water. Whew. And then we're gonna head into some cardio. So we're gonna start by doing this in some intervals, on and off. Taking a break in between to make sure we're getting back into that diaphragmatic breath. And at the end, I'm just gonna throw it at you, combo style, and we're gonna crank it out. Totally buying myself time here to catch my breath. Okay, here we go. Move number 1, starting together, out, in, out, in. You're gonna pick this up as you feel good. If you feel good enough to come up into a balance, bring that leg up. You're driving your weight down into that standing leg. Tiny bend in that knee. Lots of stability in that side of your body. We're gonna take about 20 more seconds here. You're gonna feel some fatigue in that standing leg. This arm that's going out, make sure your shoulder's not up in your ear. Bringing that shoulder behind your back. Other side. Take it out, take it in, take it out. Now remember, after we do these intervals, we're gonna put this all together, combo style. So don't forget these moves. Stability down this side, knees driving over the toe, tiny bend in that knee, with or without the balance, shoulder out of the ear. 15 seconds to go. Whew. Breathe it out. Few more counts. 4 more. Good. Quick recovery. Wherever you're comfortable, I want you to close your eyes, open your chest and shoulders, bend your knees a little bit. You can bring a heart to hand, heart to belly. Both hands to belly, both hands down. You're just taking a reset here for your body, for your mind. Filling the ribs and belly on that inhale, trying to relax and lengthen the pelvic floor. Few more counts to recover. You're trying to get yourself out of this upper chest breath. So how long does it take you to send that air low and use that diaphragmatic 360 expansion in and out as you breathe again? New move, stars or jacks. So I'm gonna start with level 1. You're just going side to side. The important thing here is to think about your pelvic floor or get in tune with your pelvic floor. Level 2 is that you're gonna think about lifting the pelvic floor On your landing, level 3 is to take that up into full jacks. So you're gonna go 1, 2, or 3, whichever level you're comfortable with. And then give me as much energy as you possibly can. Through the fingertips, out the toes. 8 count. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're gonna take a recovery in a forward bend position. So I want you to just lean down, bring either your hands to your knees or your elbows, and release your tailbone here. Now you may find that it's easier for you to find that diaphragmatic breath in this horizontal position. That makes complete sense. Your body likes to go into that diaphragmatic breath when it's lying down at night for rest and recovery. So just bringing yourself down to this mid-level helps turn on that memory, that muscle memory for you to get into the diaphragm. Few more counts here. Relax your pelvic floor. And then if it feels good, just take a few gentle cat and cow here. Really easy, not overextending in either direction. We're gonna come into move number 3, drip and sweat. We're gonna step it out, step it in. 1 low reach, 1 high reach. Low, high. Pick it up when you're ready. So similar to that first move that we did, but we're going into high, low reaches and a little bit of rotation through the torso. So you're thinking about how those core muscles wrap as you twist. That's how we keep ourselves twisting safely through pregnancy and postpartum. Take it to the other side. Low, high. Step it out, in, high, in. Pick it up when you're ready. Stabilizing over that standing leg. Trying to keep your chest and shoulders open. 3, 2, last one. Good. I'm gonna give you one more to think about here. Nice big squat into either standing, releve, or tiny little lift off the floor. 15 seconds for those squats. In and out of your lower body, not your back. Do you feel your legs? Do you feel your butt? 4, 3, 2, 1. Quick recovery on the ground. Use those core muscles to wrap. Get yourself down to either your side or your back. Bring your hands to your ribs and belly. Try to override that sensation to breathe up top. Slowing everything down. Relaxing the pelvic floor. Good. On your next exhale, I want you to lift your pelvic floor. Wrap those core muscles. Find your legs and glutes to drive in the floor and get you up to standing. All right, I promise, a little bit of combo work. Here we go. Out, in, 4 more. Other side. 8 and 8. 4, 3, into your stars or your jacks for 8. 4, 3, high and low. Take it low, high, or low and high rather. 2 more on this side. Last set, switching sides. Low, high, low. So 4 sets total on each side. Last one, into those squats with either solid, releve, or a little jump. Last one, from the top. Take it out, in. 4 more, 4, 3, 2, other side, 8. Where's your breath? For 4, 3, stars or jacks, out, in. 4 more. We're gonna go low to high with those step outs. Low, high, switching sides. I'm gonna speed that one up on you. Into those squats. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. This is it. We get to recover after this. Last one. Great job. Make sure you grab yourself a sip of water. I've almost gone through a whole bottle now. Whew. And we're just gonna take a moment here at the top. Find those legs underneath you. Take a little swivel from side to side in the hips, maybe circle them out. Taking that moment to find that ribs and belly breath again. If you need to hold on to something for balance, a chair, a wall, head there now. Otherwise, we're gonna take a standing quad stretch. I could use that wall myself right now. Feeling that lengthen through the hip flexor, through the front of the quad. Take that same leg that's pulled into your booty, step it back, flex your front toes, and bend that back leg, bring yourself forward. Feel that stretch down the back of the front leg. And then we're gonna switch over to the other side. Drive down into that, find that core integration to balance, wall or chair. Ribs and belly, diaphragmatic breathing. You probably have one leg that's a little more balanced than the other side. We all have those imbalances in our body, and sometimes they change day to day. Sometimes your right leg's more solid, sometimes it's your left. Sometimes it's a big belly bump during pregnancy or some postpartum shifts. Take that leg behind you, flex the front toes, hinge, hips go back, this leg bends, and then come forward so you feel that stretch down the back of the front leg. We are gonna come down to all fours to do a really quick booty blast. If you're not comfortable in this quadruped position, I want you to come onto your side to do the exact same pattern in the legs instead. What I want you to think about as you are on this all fours position is, because this is essentially a very easy plank to hold. You've got 4 points down. We're gonna lift the legs, so it's gonna be 3 points down. You wanna make sure there's no external pressure on your core. So this is external pressure. This is lifted and engaged. So again, you don't wanna push out and down with your abs. You wanna feel a little bit of lift through your pelvic floor, that hip bone to hip bone activation. Core is hugging in, shoulder blades are coming together. So much to think about. And we're gonna take that first leg, and I want you to flex it, lift it up behind you. Imagine that you've got a pie on the bottom of that foot, and you're just gonna press it up into the sky or the ceiling, pie to the sky. Check in with these hip bones here. Make sure they're even to the ground. This hip's not popping up. I want you to feel this activation right here, very bottom of the booty. Now, sometimes holding yourself on the upper body is the hardest part. We're gonna wanna come here. I want you to reactivate those shoulder blades, the scapula. This is a tiny little movement. You've got 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg down. We're gonna switch over to the other side. Take a nice big inhale, exhale, lifting through the pelvic floor. Find that lower abdominal activation. Press. Putting a pie on this other foot. Trying to maintain that diaphragmatic breath. Reactivating through your core and pelvic floor every time you breathe out. The other thing I don't want you to do is crank your neck in a crazy direction here. So you've got a nice line of energy from the top of your head, through your spine, out your tailbone. Ooh. We're gonna take 8 more here. 7, 6, 5. Make sure those hips are aligned, feeling the very bottom of the butt, and bring it down back to that first leg. Take it out, flex your foot, zip or hug up the front, lift your toe, lower, lift, and lower, lift, lower. If your arms are getting tired, hold this upper body position from your scapula. Open the chest and shoulders. That fires between your shoulder blades. And your core is doing a lot of the work here. There's a lot of things happening, including the sweat dripping off my head onto my mat below me. Give me 2 more lifts here. And last one, other leg, take it out. Point that toe, realign, reactivate. Lift and lower, and lift and lower. The most important thing about exercising during pregnancy, postpartum, parenting life is not what you're doing, but how you're doing it. So I want you to make sure that you are aligned. You're feeling it in all the places that I'm telling you should. And if you're not, the alignment cues that I'm giving you may not be what you need. I want you to experiment with yourself, become your own trainer, to start to analyze, where do you feel your butt? Maybe you need to put a little bit of a bend in your knee to achieve that result. We're not going after picture perfect here. We're going after function. 2 more. And good. I want you to just sit back, take those knees as wide as you need to. Stretch those arms out. Bring your chest down to your mat and let that belly release. Relax your pelvic floor. I want you to sit your hips over to one side, and then you're just gonna walk your hands over to the opposite. So you're gonna feel a stretch down the side of the rib cage that your hips are tilted towards. Take some deep breaths into that. And then walk yourself over to the other side. Shift your hips. Relax your pelvic floor. And we're gonna come up to a seated position. Bring the soles of your feet together. Sit up nice and tall, sits bones down. Spine is lengthened. Nice big breath here. Bend yourself forward with a flat back. Once you've reached your max, then I want you to go ahead and just curl into that stretch. Putting a nice C curve in your spine. Thinking about those inner thighs, stretching, releasing the muscles of the pelvic floor, expanding here. We're gonna come up out of that and head into a piriformis stretch. So you can either do this from your back, figure 4, or take that ankle over your knee, open up your chest and pull that leg back towards you. The other way that you could do this in postpartum is to lay on your back and hug that in. I don't want you to crunch into your shoulders. Feel that lengthen, that energy out the top of your head. If you need to go a little deeper, you can flex that front foot. You can take a few gentle rocks from side to side. And feel free to just close your eyes here and really breathe into these stretches. You're gonna shift over to the other side, ankle over knee, chest and shoulders open, pull that heel back, flexion in this foot, flexion in the other foot if you need to go deeper. Close your eyes, think of filling the ribs and belly and relaxing the pelvic floor. And then we are gonna come back to any comfortable seat. If you need a few extra stretches, go ahead and take them. I want you to find your sits bones grounding underneath you. Imagine that your vertebrae are just stacked one on top of the other. Energy's coming out the top of your head, your chest is open. Now you're welcome to put your hands wherever you feel good on your body. Heart, belly, belly, palms up to the sky if you feel like you need to take in a little more openness today. Maybe you need some more groundedness, flip those palms down so they're on your knees. Think about relaxing your pelvic floor. And just take a few deep cleansing breaths here, just acknowledging the work your body did, the work your brain just did through this workout. Just taking a moment to take in all the benefits from movement. And then we're gonna take one big breath in, gather all that energy above your head, bring it into your palms, down to your forehead, down to your heart. Thank you so much. Have a great day.